don't have to worry about global. But unfortunately, a little bit of a misplay there, and it ends up punishing Bears pretty hard.
Yep, so heading up. But watch out for the Centaur. Auto smash already used as he tries to get a kick out. Yapso goes for the roll. Ooh. Loader tries to get the stun mid-roll, but the timing isn't quite there. So Yapso will be back to safety. Mid lane being pushed out by Adam. And bottom lane, Fada continue to get the space. Has the BKB and some gold to put on top of it as well as he begins to get himself back on par with this silencer. I mean, once again, now Fada's farming can't be underestimated. He'll always keep himself relevant, even in games where the opponent is coming out on top in terms of objectives and kills. He always finds the space to get the farm.
Yeah, the big lead here for Alliance is just the experience lead, because they've been, you know, they had a kill advantage. It's kind of what's going to happen. Towers, Bears actually have more towers taken down than Alliance do right now. I mean, that could be subject to change here in just a moment, but for the time being, they've done a pretty good job of delaying, considering I think their laning phase went pretty poorly. Like, Firo lost his lane, Fata lost his lane, so given the circumstances, they're still holding on very well.
Alliance, almost going to want to stick around. They've still got that Aegis on Loader, so feeling fairly confident. Jonas and Fan there on the side, and with that Aghanim's complete. So the hook shots are going to come even thicker and even faster now. Limp, how's he doing on his way to the Hex? Very, very close. A couple of hundred and that Hex is going to be done for Silencer. And 14 stolen intelligence, not bad at all.
Yeah, the Hex is huge, because it's the trump to the BKB. It's such a hard game, actually, I think, for Weaver to itemize when you're playing from behind. Oh, for it, gonna spot at EGM.
Yep, and with the Sunstrike combination, they'll get it. Side of Alliance will certainly make Forever play for it. Jonas and Fan comes across, they try and force down to safety. But it isn't going to be the case. Firo looking for the combo. Fada and Yapso are there as well. Goes straight onto Limp, but here's Loader with the Omni Slash. Bringing Fada down low. Fada gets the time max off. They've got the dust. They'll continue to chase Jonas and Fan. Oh no, Loader blocks the hook shot. And now with the stolen Omni Slash, 3-for-3, takes down Hansken and Alliance. They're losing heroes and maybe even more. Jonas and Fan split up by the Diffusal Blade. Can they chase this down? No, hook shots back to safety. TPM will be cancelled. Japsaw blinking forward, seeing if he can get some catch on them. But Loader and Jonas and Fan are out. And Alliance with the worst fight that they've had so far this game as Bears come out on top of that one.
Yeah, the not having the global, I guess, is the main reason why it went so poorly. Like, Limp got double force death up to the high ground on the Bears side of the map, but he had Swarm on him, so they actually still had vision. I think if they were able to kill it or whatever, kill the bug, might have been able to get away from that situation. But again, it's that blink initiation from the Axe that we talked about earlier. The amount of damage that they can output, you know, you get 1 or 2 lucky spins, Sunstrikes on point, you probably just die from 100% to 0, unless you're like Loda or Jonas and Fan in this case. Even Limp, I think, gets pretty low. Well, actually, he's got 2,000 HP. Maybe he lives too.
Jonas and Fan ready to lead a proceed on. Trying to do something about Yapsop, but yeah, immediately TP's out. They try for a hook, but he's deep inside the woods and out immediately. Aegis is now gone.
Yeah.
So that could be a time where the players would have been keeping an eye on. And they may try and push the issue now and see if they can get something done with Loader not having his second life on him. He's got the blink.
You know, you keep dragging this game out, you're gonna have a Weaver problem.
Yeah, you certainly are. Especially at the rate that Fada's going this game. And with the level 2 Diffusal, 2.6k gold on top of the BKB in the lot. He's getting pretty massive. And late game Silencer is not going to have a lot of fun against a Weaver that he can't control. I mean, he obviously does have that Hex, but if he's in there with the BKB, good luck to Lim. The damage is going to rip him to pieces. Smoke up from Alliance, they'll move across, they'll find Yapsaw, jump forward immediately, and Yapsaw can he get his way outward, not with a global silence being committed. Does actually Lotus Orbit off, tries to roll away, but he's already down and out. Get themselves to kill. At the same time, up top, Jonas and Fan was seeing if he could initiate onto a second, but the rest of Bears got themselves back out to safety.
Yeah, Jonas and Fan stopped the reinforcement from Bears, basically, so it just kind of ensured that Yapsor was going to die. I like the Lotus Orb pickup from Yap, by the way. That's a really solid choice because he can cast it on himself. He can use it on his Weaver, for example, too, just to prevent things like Hex, because he doesn't have a Lincolns, right? Like Fata had to go straight BKB to deal with the global, so he doesn't have that additional protection of blocking a Hex coming in. So the itemization on Bear is really strong at the moment. Alliance smoked up, looking for a fight.
And they'll get it. Forev walks into it. Alliance with these kills. I mean, as long as they get the opening and get the Hex down, not a lot of the heroes the Bears can do. Firo, TP's out again. Jonas and Fan tries to won't get in time. Very, very quick Bears with getting themselves out when they need to. Fada relatively deep at the moment. What do you imagine Fada's going to go next for in terms of items?
I think he still needs a bit of damage, but I don't know. These are the types of games, like when you're playing against Silencer, a lot of the time you want like a BKB and a Manta, or you know, something else that can actually protect you, because sometimes you're forced into a situation where you have to use something, and then the global comes out after the fact, right? So it's kind of nice to have that safety net. The alternative is just relying solely on the BKB and going for damage items. Like MKB is good, Butterfly is good. He can just go back for the Deso like he's doing now. I think it's a bit late for a Deso personally, but minus armor with a Swarm is still going to be super effective.
Alliance. And really keeping up these movements as a group. Towards the top. Loader pushing the lane out. Mjolnir, Ultimate Orb. What's next for the man? I mean, Joe, I guess it is going to be just the Skadi coming out for him as his next item to beef up just a little bit. And yeah, there we have it. Deso is now in the hands of Fada.
This Weaver is almost full slotted, which, you know, being forced into such an early BKB and having to defuse at level 2, he's not really like the highest damage that he could possibly be, but he can live.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing.
Boom, there it goes.
Ooh. Almost.
I like this as well, Jonas and Fan. He's going for the Octarine as his next one. So,
yeah, dude, 9-second hooks.
Yeah,
Let's
those
go.
reduced cooldowns going to be even more beautiful. Load up. Should be able to get the tier 2 in the middle lane out of this one. Bears will pop the fortification, but no plans to come out and fight that portion of the map. Brev's pressuring in the bottom lane. Up top, you've got Fada. It's about to be a bit of a threat to the tier 3s. Alliance have to do something to react to this one. Until you TP back with Limp, jump forward with the Hex, immediately removed there by the Lotus Sword. As you said already, fantastic pickup from Yapsaw, and absolutely crucial in a game like this. But at the same time, on the bottom lane, we saw Forev pushing out. Jonathan once again in with a hook, and they take down Forev on the axe.
Yeah, that was actually... I think that he almost got 2-shot. I am going to go... we're paused, right?
We're paused.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I'll be right back.
You've got time for your dogs. Toilet? Alliance going to the pisser in the middle of the formal game. Professional players, eh? In 2017, lol. That's alright. Toilet break time for Alliance. But by all means, viewers at home, take a toilet break as well. I'll tell them in chat. Please don't unpause. Twitch chat is having a wee. I won't do that. I'll get in trouble from the admins. But we do have this pause, unfortunately. Forev getting taken down for 6 seconds. They do say we have mic problems on the side of Bears, so I mean, I don't think you could really blame team coordination for Forev dying in that situation. But maybe they were all screaming on down the mics, Forev, get back! Forev, get back! Get back! Get back! And then Forev was like, "Whoa, guys, I couldn't hear you, dude. I just died. Can you please call missing, mate? I know it's 38 minutes in, but if you're not calling missing, I'm calling up Ice Frog on the little report box." And you'll have a few days in low priority, boys. But I'm sure that's okay. We're back. Andy's back. And perfect timing as well.
My goodness.
Alliance, they've been to the toilet. They've relieved themselves. And we're ready to get back on.
I had to get one of those, like, they have, like, these citrus sprays that you can spray on dogs that apparently they really hate the smell of it. So they just don't bark. I don't know.
I think that's animal abuse, Andy.
It's... like fruit
I think
juice,
they
basically.
stop
Doesn't hurt
barking
them.
because they breathe the fumes and they die.
That's not how it works, though.
Yeah.
Pretty sure people don't just kill their dogs because they bark.
Well, tell that to my cat. And that,
But your cat barks.
no, that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know what I was trying to say there.
Alright, fair enough.
Oh, dust there from Hansken. He was searching, wondered if Firo, of course, was kind of in his signature position. You know, we see Firo a lot of the time kind of hiding on the top lane. Oh, boo-boo. He got piggied. Limp there with a quick Hex. Finds Yapster on the tree line. And it'll be pork on the menu tonight for Alliance. They chop down Yap.
I really like the Shadow Blade choice here from Limp. It's a really good solution to being able to actually get in on the waiver and successfully use the Hex before BKB comes out. Because a lot of the time, what'll happen is, you know, you'll get the hook shot from Jonas and Fan, and then you'll want a global, but you kind of need to hold it, because if he BKBs after the global, then it's just useless.
Right.
Okay, this is awkward.
Oh, Forevi, Heavy comes in with the call, but there will be an immediate response. The global comes out. Forev taken down. Here goes Lim with the damage, ripping them to pieces with his big old brain. The intelligence is too much from the Silencer, and they're not done yet. Alliance looking for more. Jonas Van has the hook shot. Bam, straight on point, right up the backside of Rubik as 4 are down on the side of Bears. Gem hits the deck, EGM celebrates with some pocket dust, and into his items goes the Gem. Suddenly, 4 down on Bears. 2 of them don't have buyback. Alliance could get a lot done here with the siege onto the high ground as they push up onto the tier 3 and onto the racks. That'll be 1 set at the least, maybe even more, Andy. I mean, 40 seconds without this Weaver when Alliance have this much push.
Yeah, they're getting double.
This is scary.
Man, the damage output from that Silencer is just absurd. Like, what happened was the hook shot went off. Okay, they're gonna jump Loda. Looks like Yapstar just wants to back off, but he got Cog bounced, so he couldn't actually pop his BKB. Like, he got completely stun locked from 100% to 0. Even though they even used the Hex on Forev, they didn't even Hex Fata. He just straight up got hooked, bounced off Cogs. That was how fast he died.
Jonas Fan's seen this. Vero, he's got to be careful. He's got to run away from this clock. He's getting out the Forge Spirit.
Oh, he's blocking the hook.
He's blocking
the hook.
Save my life, son. And, well, it doesn't matter. The Siege Creep rule. Cardi's got it. Good old Cardi.
You know, sometimes what happens, like when you play Clockwork, is you're just looking at where you want to hook, not where you are. So, like, you do this maneuver where you're like, okay, I'll just force staff, it'll get me out of the way of the creeps, and whoop, that creeps right in my face. Yeah. It happens, but I don't think he would have been able to hit the angle regardless. Like, he would have had to have gone to the right and then hooked, like, straight up.
It was a hard target to reach, for sure.
Yeah.
And talking about the clock, Jonas Fan, he had just a casual 5,500 in his pocket. So a Hex will now be complete. I mean, this man, he's now going to have the mana regen to sustain. Just going for these hook shots continuously. And Lance are a little bit split up. I mean, immediate call, the global comes out. BKB from Frev's going to mean it's hard for Lim to turn his attention towards it, but Lim just turns towards the Rubik, takes down Adam. Those Alliance will get 1. Can they get themselves anything more? They don't have Jonas and Fan near them. That's the hero they need to really kind of close the gaps. They'll move into the Roche pit. EMP comes out before Loda can press the Blade Fury. So Loda load on the mana. And Bears will look to try and maintain control around this pit. And there's the smoke from Alliance. Who can they catch? They'll make a beeline straight for Firo. I think Firo thinks he's safe. They think that Alliance is still by the pit. Firo heading into the tree line. They need to try and hunt him out. They're going to need Jonas and Fan to pull off the plays, but he goes low with the rocket flare. Won't see Firo. And Firo continues to maneuver himself further up the lane to safety, but Jonas and Fan, he does find a hook onto someone else. Gets Fada with the Cogs. They push back Fada. Oh no! He time-lapsed back into the middle of them! Oh no, Fada! That's not when you want to press R, Sonny Jim. Time-lapse is back into the Cogs. He's dead for 70. Oh dear, oh dear.
That is a pretty big backfire if I've ever seen one. It's actually the second time his time-lapse has killed him in this game as well. I mean, a lot of the time you're looking for that ability and saying, okay, this is my fail-safe, and at 2 crucial points in the game, it's actually just straight up killed him.
Yeah.
So now Aegis going the way of Limp.
He's
the rest of Alliance gonna just go D-push.
He's got to be careful. I mean, maybe he thinks pressing it enough times will take him back to day 1 where they're having a great run. But it's not.
I mean, to be fair, I still feel like lineup-wise, I think that they probably had the advantage, like going into the late game, but Alliance had just been playing it so well.
I mean,
Jonas and Fan, this guy's the MVP for sure.
Oh, absolutely. 11-1-10. This man with his clockwork, there's a reason why Alliance have been picking it again and again, and in some series it's just been taken away from them. He's unstoppable and he's unkillable.
Yeah, I would even like consider banning the hero second phase or something like that if you thought that Alliance were going to pick it up. Like, I mean, not to like dismiss Bears or anything, but it's looking like Alliance are just going to 2-0 this. But, you know, if miracles are close to happening, we saw it in game 1, right? Like, Bears got Mega, then they walked down a lane, and they almost managed to take the game off of Alliance anyway.
So you can guarantee that Alliance is going to make the game interesting, and you know, whether it puts their victory on the line or not, Alliance will do something to entertain. It's the reason why they've got so many fans. They give us the games that are very, very kind of normally high-risk, low-reward plays, which is what we love them for. And as you mentioned,
that's the best kind of Dodo.
It really, really is. And Bears, they'll be happy for those plays to kind of happen, because this is a team, as we saw, as you mentioned, game 1, they came so close to making use of that window that Alliance gave them to take away the win.
Yeah. Well, they have the Butterfly Solar Crest combination, and there's no MKB in sight on the side of Bears, so killing Loda gonna be a problem.
Yeah, he's big, to say the least. I mean, 27,000 net worth. It feels like he's farming even quicker than in game 1 when he had a Magnus on his team. This is
well, a lot of that game,
insane.
He actually did farm quicker because a lot of the emphasis was being put on Limp. Okay, blink in.
Correct. Yep, catches out EGM. EGM will be forced back. The global silence comes out. EGM survives. The healing wall keeping him back up. Loader moving forward. Blinks in immediately. Looks towards Forev. Now looks to slow him down with the Scotty. Jumps in. Gets the Omni Slash out. Forev with the Berserker's Call will survive in the Shrine as well. Loader now in a bad position. Immediately runs back. Alliance start to retreat. They've used the global silence. They've got to be careful now. Bears won't be able to reinitiate, but they do make sure that they lose no one. And with global silence down, I mean, maybe Bears can find an opening to go for some sort of a smoke play outside of the base and catch Alliance out without those key ultimates.
I mean, it's gonna be really hard to do, because even if they, you know, without the global, if they try to go in, they're still fighting into an Aegis, right? So Limp, he hits like a truck. Loda, I don't even know if they can actually kill him at this point unless they drop like the entire kitchen sink on him. They need like the Meteor, Sunstrike, Deafening with the Blade Mail and a call. I just don't know if it's plausible for them to walk outside of the base and go for something like that, even though it actually kind of needs to be done. That's the scary part about, you know, where Bears are currently at. It's like the only way you make yourself or get yourself back into the game is by taking a risky play or just kind of hoping that the enemy team will make a mistake.
Alliance putting the pressure in again. We'll see how heavy they go in without that global. I mean, it certainly doesn't feel like any reason for Alliance to rush it when the global's unavailable. And they're coming in. I mean, look at the range on this silencer. Level 25, you talked about the sniper silencer. We saw in action there, just sitting on the low ground and hitting the racks. I mean, look at Lim. He's a mile off. And he's just wrecking the melee racks. Look at that range. Absolutely beautiful.
Dude, I told you, man. The sniper.
Yeah, stand aside sniper, stand aside lone druid. It's all about the level 25 silencer. Look at it go.
Yeah, that's why you buy the Midas, by the way.
They just can't stop him. They're trying their best, but the Rax is already down to a third health. Fodder now moves forward. Sunstrike connects onto Limp. Limp quick with a Hex. The Bloodlust is on him. The Solar Crest as well. He's a hard target to bring down. Fodder, Diffusal slows down Limp. Oh no! Limp gets kicked onto the high ground. Forever just hit with the call. The Aegis is gone. And here comes Jonas with the Earth Spreader though, and immediately bringing him down low. They'll move towards the shrine. Fodder will survive. Kept alive by his team. The global silence comes out. Bears. Anything now. Global silence is down. Telekinesis onto the clockwork. They're looking towards Jonas Van. Loaded just forward, but immediately gets smashed. There's the call as well. The kickback that Forev. He's got the control. Loader, Blade Furies. Packs away. Fodder being focused. Time lapse. This time it's a good one. We'll keep him alive. Alliance still not losing anyone off the back of this push. Sunstrike keeps EGM down low. Jonas Fan again with the initiation. Oh, the creep has been hexed though. They'll get the creep for sure. But Jonas Van pays with his life. 722 gold is the bank of Forev. And Alliance will back off. A player down. But they did get the racks. They cleaned up the mid lane. So all in all, Alliance still in the very much favorable position. But Bears do manage to slow down the siege. They keep control of obviously that bottom lane. But 2 lanes are gone.
Man, that was a lot messier than I think it needed to be for Alliance. Did you see how many times Limp missed that Rax when he was hitting? Like, it was actually absurd. That thing was at 10% HP for what I thought was like a whole minute before he actually managed to hit enough attacks to kill the stupid thing. So, you know, Bears, they held on pretty well, but now their base is looking a little bit worse for wear. And the Weaver's still not quite at point where he wants to be. Like we talked about Mantha purchase earlier, he's working towards it now. I don't even know like if having buyback is gonna matter that much at this point, because you're kind of already 2 racks down. I think it's one of those situations where, you know, maybe you all in around Roshan, because that's going to be the next real focal point, maybe before Alliance decide they want to end the game. But it's it's make or break now for Bears.
We've got the Absol, the Axor on the Earth Spirit. I mean, we saw already some of the kicks there. And the Russian casters requiring item recommendations.
For who? Hopefully nobody on Bears, because I'm drawing a blank.
Moonduck, can you stop it, please? Honestly. Professional casting studio, eh? We know our Spirit's got a TP. Well, actually, it was. I bet that was Slacks. I bet that was Slacks.
Oh God, yeah.
Definitely.
Without
Slacks.
a doubt.
Honestly.
So at this point, it's like you can see the posturing for Bears. They don't want to just, you know, go quietly into that good night. They want to try to do something. Tournament life is on the line here, Owen.
It really is. It really is for Bears. They've got to do something big, and this miss, JB, it might be it. It might be it. They get the setup onto EGM. Fighter's going to look to chase down, but the force is there back out. He's fine. Alliance moving forward. Watch Jonas and Fan. Look at the wraparound. Looking for the perfect angle for the hook. He's found Adam. Perfect target. Straight in onto the Rubik. The Hex is there as well with the global silence. They'll fire blast him down. They'll take the Rubik. Can they find anything more? Already Loader looking for the chase down. The Stomp. It holds forever in place. Loader being careful about how he goes around this one. We'll let the Earth Splitter connect first with the Hex as well. They've controlled the Axe. They'll take down forever. Lions get a second. And oh my goodness, look who's found another. Jonas and Fan there with the hook shot. Yap trying for the TP out. Jonas and Fan can't quite get there in time for the battery assault to proc on him. So Yapsel will survive. But Bears, they're without Farev for 60 seconds. This is a man. He must be just short of the buyback. He is 150 gold. He get it. Bottom lane, Limp. He's found himself a big kill potential. Firo caught out alone. The BKB comes through, but it doesn't matter. Limp gets the solo kill onto the Invoker, and Firo does have buyback. And he's going to need it, because Alliance, they're already coming in thick and fast down the bottom lane. EGM, Lodo, and Haska moving into position. There's your buyback. Lodo straight in onto the racks. What can they do to stop him? They've got no axe for 30 seconds. Yapsor, of course, has that axe, as we mentioned. We've got to watch out for the big stone plays. He may be able to kick someone right back. Fresher is done on to Firo. Did manage to pick that up, as well as having the money for buyback. There's the jump in. He was looking for the axe play, but Yapsor immediately getting locked down, and he's out, and he doesn't have buyback.
No
Yapsor,
buyback.
He's down for 70. Alliance could go in for more. There's no global, but they will really want to try and take these mega creeps. Bears have got to try and hold on as, or can they do it? Limp with 6,000 gold as well in the bank. They're being so careful, even with a hero down. They don't want to fight without the global silence. 20 seconds until they have it. They're just not making any risks, not taking any chances of life. They know they're in the optimal position. They don't want to throw it away.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
Yeah.
Like, why take the risk?
There isn't.
Why put yourself in a situation where Bears can win a team fight because you're not patient? Like, waiting 10 seconds, you know, guaranteeing that you're moving on to the grand finals for the EU qualifier. Seems like a pretty easy thing to do.
Here we go. They've got that window. They've got global silence. Bears, they do not have an Earth Spirit. Let's see how heavy they want to go in.
Players here.
Preparations being made. Jonas and Fan ready in position on the side with the angle. If any initiation comes in from Bears, Bears do have Yap back.
Incoming.
They've got the full army together. They're ready for battle. It may be their last here of the Kiev major qualifiers. And already the siege from the illusions is still strong. The range racks are down. They spot out Jonas and Fan on the side. Japsel knows he's there.
And it's off.
So does Jonas. Jonas and Fan know what's going on. Yapso jumps forward. There we have the kickback. Oh, here we go. One clockwork delivered into the hands of Bears. They'll take him down. Forev moves forward, gets the call onto Loda, who's trying to finish off the racks, but the fortification's there. Loda comes out with the Omni Slash. Forev falling low, but the tornado, the control, they've got it onto Loda. The call, they brought him down, but the mega creeps are being claimed. Alliance clean out the base. Bears, they need more kills and they need them fast. Fada's chasing down. What can he find? He finds EGM. EGM holds back Weaver with the Yule Scepter, but in comes the roll from Yapzor. EGM looking for the TP out, isn't going to make it. Takes the rock to the face. Bears will find a third, but they have been mega creeped. We saw them come close to doing something major in game one. Can they pull it off in game two? This time around, at this moment, Alliance do have buybacks on all three heroes. It's looking like it may be over for Bears, but as we keep mentioning, they will hold on to the end. They will look for any small slither of opportunity to reclaim this game. And Yapzor, moving forward, doesn't have the vision. Ansken finds an Invis rune. He's out. Yapzor really wanting to check. Oh no, he's got the gem. He does have the gem, sorry. But he didn't have the stones. He did not have the stones to find the boulder smash. That's why we saw Yapzor not go for a play there.
You gotta turn him into the Rocco, and that's what the Aghanims is for. Turn him into a rock, you kick him back.
It's a very, very small cast range though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not very big at all. I mean, I think he tried to go for like the blink over the hill, but sometimes, I guess when you're chasing like that far, the only way they could potentially win the game from this situation is if they can force buybacks, and you know, Loda's gonna be up in about 20 seconds. Jonas and Fans got 5. I mean,
Roche.
Obviously, you don't GG.
No,
right?
no, not
like you
so.
fight for Roche.
They've still
You
got
don't GG yet, you wait.
They've still got that small chance. But the Lions, they're gonna be feeling on top of the world at the moment. But it's not quite over yet. Trying to find the boulder smash. Fada and Yap, so they look towards him, force out the BKB. At the same time, they're on the sidelines. Loda has been into control as he gets Adam. Rubik down, that's one. Jonas and Fan, they've got the controller to fight. Can he get himself out? Mantis does off the silence, trying to scoot you away, but he's stuck in the cogs. Weaver's out. We'll buy back immediately. Loda jumping in for more. Omni Slash is there onto Yapzor. Yapzor trying to roll away, can't make it. Yapzor's down, he buys back as well. They've hexed up the Invoker. Invoker's out for 100 seconds. No Firo. As Alliance move into Roshan, they'll be able to claim this. No way that Bears can do anything about the Roshan, but can they do anything about the defense? They've only got 3 members of the side. They need something absolutely huge, and without Invoker, they're kind of their key component in holding this defense, it's going to be so hard for them. As Alliance, they may have well and truly have done it with this draft, with this lineup, with Limp on this mid-silent to 12-2-14. Alliance bringing new ideas to the scene in this current meta, and it's working out. They'll smoke up. They need Forever to get something big with the call. Jumps in, but he doesn't catch anyone. Gets Hex, but the BKB in response is there with the Lotus Orb, giving him the chance to do so. Jonas and Fano in with the hook shot. They've found the Weaver. They've taken Fada down. It's all falling apart for Bears. GG is called. Alliance move forward to the grand finals to play against Secret for that position to get to the Kiev Major, and the Bears is over.
Man, that silencer pick actually did so much work this game. Like, Limp and Jonas and Fan, don't get me wrong, everyone in Alliance played a great game, but those two in particular just did some of the most heavy lifting I think I've ever seen